We are
Okay,
live.
we are live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Latoya Walker, and this is the African Portal. And today we have a guest named Jolisa Evans. Miss Evans, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hello, everybody. I am inspirational speaker Jolisa Evans, and I am so excited to be here on your platform. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. It sounds kind of low.
Sure. Okay. Let me turn my setting. Y'all, I am in my car. I apologize. Let's see. Can you hear that now?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm inspirational speaker, Jolisa Evans, and you can reach me on Instagram or Facebook on the name below at Joe Evans MK. And I'm excited to
Mhm.
be here on your platform today, Latoya.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. I just wanted to introduce everybody to you. I actually speak with Jolisa. She is one of Les Brown's speakers, but I just wanted to bring her on because she's an excellent speaker, and I just wanted to ask you, Jolisa, can you introduce yourself to us a little? Can you tell us like where you from and that sort of stuff?
All right. So I live in Dallas, Texas. I actually live in a small town like 20 minutes from Dallas, Texas, called Waxahachie, Texas. I am a mother. I'm a wife. I have two children, ages 7 and 1. And I speak to women I try to encourage men and women to overcome
Hmm.
sexual abuse, to get stuck out of that trauma.
Okay. All right. And if there's anyone to speak, and if there's anyone listening, can you tell us, like, what are some of the things that they can do to overcome that? What would you say some of the stuff that help you?
So first is that you have to look at your life and
Hmm.
you have to analyze yourself and see if that trauma is still affecting you. Because sometimes it takes somebody else to tell you to recognize that you're
Right.
stuck in a traumatic cycle. Like if bad things keep happening to you over and over and over, and you feel like you can't control anything in your life, then that means you're still stuck in that year of your abuse.
Right.
So first, you definitely have to acknowledge that, and then secondly, I would say, um, ask yourself, when is enough enough? When are you gonna be done with the limiting beliefs? Saying that it's my fault this happened to me. You know, um, why me? You know, and uh, and enough of the toxic cycles. The
Right.
bad relationships, the um, the addiction to drugs and alcohol, the numbing the emotions, and then you gotta acknowledge that you need help. This is a journey that you can't take alone. You have to
That's
get
right.
help. My husband told me one time, no man is an island, and to get anywhere in life, you need help. And so you do. I would suggest Googling therapists is where I started, and I consulted with several therapists, and until I found the one that was right for me. I had
Right.
a lot to
Right.
unpack. Yeah, I had a lot to unpack, so I had to make sure she was ready to help me unpack it all. And after we started the process in therapy, I went twice a week for a year. One thing she told me, that was super profound. but it set off all of the freedom. It took the weight of the world off my shoulders. And she said, "You have to forgive yourself." I'm like, "What? What she
Yep.
mean? Forgive myself?" But it was so true. She said you have to forgive yourself. And then not only forgive yourself because I was living in shame, I was living in
Mm-hmm.
everything because I felt like I put myself in that position for that to happen to me. And she told me, no, it's not your fault that someone took advantage of you while you were in a vulnerable state.
That's right.
And then you have to forgive your perpetrator. Right. Because
Mm.
you never know what happened to them, and that may be the
That's
only
right.
thing that they know to do.
That's right. That's right.
But you don't forgive them for them. You forgive them for yourself, for the
That is
freedom
so
within
true.
yourself.
That is so true. That is
So
so
that's where I
true.
would say where the yeah, that's what I would say where you start. It's a good starting point.
Okay, and then you said that a lot of women, I noticed you said something about drugs and, um, do you think that when you're a victim of sexually abuse, that drugs can sometimes, substance abuse can sometimes be a problem with, it can relate to that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because
Okay.
listen, this is what I compare it to. You know, we all have bodily scars, right? You have a scar on
Mhm.
you, I have a scar on me, and our
Mhm.
listeners, they've had scars as well. That scar is much like an unhealed heart because when that scar starts out, it's an open wound. And so, what
Right.
does it take to heal that open wound, right? And
Mhm.
y'all can put this in the comments. What does it take to heal that open wound? It takes time. It takes TLC, but most importantly, it takes you to put in the work, right? And so that's
Right.
and then because bacteria gets in that wound, poison gets
Mm.
in that wound, the wound
Mm.
becomes red all on the outside because it's irritated, right? And
Right.
so that's much like your heart, a wounded
Right.
heart. You know, you got depression that comes in on the right atrium. You know, you
Mhm.
got addiction that comes in on the left atrium. You have unworthiness on the right ventricle. You know, and then you have the 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 poison that's coming in on the left ventricle, and the heart is left irritated,
It
right?
sure is. Yes. Yes.
And so you
Yes.
have to take those steps that I spoke of before to begin the healing process because to start to heal that poison heart because yeah, it has a lot to do. Addiction, depression, unworthiness,
Mhm.
it has a lot to do with that sexual abuse. If you've been sexually abused like
Mm.
myself, yeah, because you just want to numb it.
Right. So let me ask you this question here. I noticed you said that you have to forgive the person that done it because you don't know what may have happened to them. So do you think that sometimes like people that like the perpetrators have been abused themselves or
Possibly.
yeah.
There's several different possibilities, but you don't know what they could have went through in their childhood. You
Right.
know, it could have happened to them in a vulnerable state, so
Mhm.
that's all they know what to do is to do it in a
Yeah.
vulnerable state. Or they could just be mentally unhealthy,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's you that's some good topics, man. Like that's some good stuff because you just told me a lot of stuff that I didn't realize. Because when people hear, this person did that, they automatically only think about what the person done. They don't think about what actually may have happened to them. Not to give them any excuse, but we have to think. Like we really have to think. Like this person probably they probably, if they're a molester, they probably got molested themselves. So, but I'm really glad to see that you are doing good. You're with your family. Tell your husband I'm sorry for interrupting y'all family time, but I just wanted everyone to get a chance to get to know you because I think you're like one of the best speakers out there. Um, Another thing, let me ask you this: what do you think? How do you think that Do you think that it affects like once somebody is married? Do you think it affects like, because I know me myself, like I was kind of overprotective with my girls. Like, did you kind of like have, do you go through those deals where you don't want like certain people, you just get kind of like scared? Like, if somebody around your kids, you don't like want them around, or like, do you go through anything like that? Like, any fear of,
Absolutely,
yeah, because
especially in
I
this
know I
day and
did.
time. Yeah, where sex trafficking and everything is at an all-time high, right? You do
hmm
have to be aware of what's going on in the world. And so my abuser was one of my childhood heroes. You know,
Really?
yes. So I am very aware. But one thing that you can do as a mother, as a parent, is you have to communicate with your child,
Right.
right? And not only you communicating with your child, you can even get your child's pediatrician to assist you with
Mhm.
communicating that. You know, you got the no-no area. No one
Mhm.
No one sees that area, you know, and if you feel uncomfortable ever, you know, you can always come and talk to mama about it. So I definitely do a lot of communicating with my 7-year old, and I think I started probably when she was about 4.
Right.
And you know, you do have to teach them about, you know, everybody may seem nice in the world, but there are
Mhm.
bad people
There are
in this
bad
world.
people. Very bad
Hmm.
people. Very
So
bad
that was
people.
a great question, yeah, because you have to speak to your children. You have to communicate with your children
Yeah. And
and
he.
do it
Mhm.
in a way that they understand.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, and that's
And
what Google for.
yeah.
If you might be a listener might be out there and they don't know how to say it, go on Google.
Mhm.
You know, Google. You know how do I speak about you know this topic we're speaking on to a such and such age child, and you know just
Right.
prepare yourself. But yes, don't ignore that conversation. It has to be had.
Nah.
And
Yeah. Even.
another thing is
Yeah.
another thing is no, I don't allow her to have overnight stays
Yes.
anywhere.
Yes. Yes. And that my kids are grown, and I don't even like. I'm still kind of like I don't like that either. Like, I don't like certain, I'm still like that with my grown kids because of trauma, of past trauma. But it is what it is. You can't never be overprotective with your kids. Like, ain't nobody ever say that. Like, you doing too much. Nah, I'm doing what's right. So how can we find you guys? Like, I know there's a lot of women out there that I'm sorry, how can we find you? I know that because I know there's a lot of women out there that may listen to this, or even men, because that's another thing too. Men have been, it's a lot of men that have been sexually abused, but they hide it because they so embarrassed. What would you say to men that have been like
Yeah.
sexually abused? What would you say to them? Because they hide it, and it's bad.
You know, I would say the exact same thing, Latoya. That's a great question because that's why I say I speak to men and women, right? Because my
Mm-hmm.
perpetrator was a man. He could have had the same thing happen to him as well.
Right.
So I would just say the same thing. Like no man is an island. That if the heart is poison, you got to heal it. You got
Mm-hmm.
to heal it, and you need help to do that. So reach out to get help on it. Talk about it. That's the best
Right.
way to start the healing process. Because
That's
otherwise,
good.
you'll keep taking it in every relationship that you have, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
so
I'm
be
just
ready
glad to
then,
see
you
that
know.
you didn't turn out, because a lot of women that have went through that, they turn out to be messed up. And that's why God is using you, just to let them know that you don't have to settle for less. You don't have to settle for being in a relationship where you being abused, because that's what most of them are attracted to, something that ain't no good for them. Or you don't have to be promiscuous. I hope I said that right. But you just don't have to settle for less because of what you've been through. And as y'all can see, she got a husband, good family. She looking good. She don't look nothing like what she done been through. Nothing like what she done been through.
Amen,
So
sister. Amen to that. Thank
yeah.
God. And we look
So
nothing like what we've been through, okay?
so y'all got her name if y'all need to reach out to her. She is like I said, y'all gonna see her a lot in the future. So y'all better get it while you can. Reach out to her while you can, cause she gonna be on the go in a minute. But I'm glad that you came on. I'm glad you came on. I have another question before we leave. Now the healing process. What would you say to somebody that has been been like molested by a family member or hurt by a family member? What would you say that they still gotta continue to see? What would you say to them? Like, I know you said that we need to forgive, but would you advise them like, is it okay to go around them or just stay away from them, or just
So I can only speak on how I handle it.
mm-hmm.
So even though I forgave my perpetrators, um, I still in no way, and like I said, I forgave for me to release, so they didn't have any power over me anymore. So I still have a boundary that I set. I will not be around that person. I will not be around that person, and I'll never put my children around that person. So I mean, if I have to skip some family functions, I have to skip some family functions. Matter of fact, recently, my mother's father passed away. And I didn't go to his home going because I didn't want to be in that same area, be in the same atmosphere with that person. So, um, yeah, I set that boundary, and I was okay with not going to my grandfather's, homegoing, because I substituted with sending flowers and things like that, and I knew my relationship with my grandfather, and so I just had a personal celebration at home. But yeah, I set that boundary of not putting myself in that situation, protecting me and myself. You're on mute, sister. Your microphone is muted.
I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely good. We gotta set boundaries, and you have to know that if you decide that you don't want to go around this person, that does not make you. Because people say, "Well, you gotta forgive and forget." No, you can forgive, but it's still gonna go through your mind sometimes, and you don't gotta go around these people. You don't have to. Forgiving somebody don't mean that you gotta re-invite them back in your life. So I definitely
Amen.
understand how you feel with not going around and not wanting to be around. But you guys, can you tell them how to reach you if they want to reach out to you?
Yes, absolutely. So, you all, thank you so much for listening and having me on your platform today. I greatly appreciate the opportunity, and thank you for your time. You can reach me on Instagram or Facebook in a back message at Joe Evans MK, and also you can reach me by email at jolisa at sevans at gmail.com. That's
Thank you so
Jolisa
much.
S. Evans at gmail.com.
Thank you so much, JoJo. You amazing. I have to say you are amazing. You're fantastic. You got it going on. And
So do you, Toya, and I love our matching red lipstick up in
I
here.
know,
And
right?
yeah,
I'm sorry. I was rushing. They ain't got no lashes or nothing on. I'm looking.
girl, you don't need them, baby. You do not need them. You look
But
absolutely gorgeous.
thank you. I just like again, I want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for helping these people. But like I said, there's so many people out there that ain't speaking up, and a lot of our suicide rates are based on stuff that don't happen. So we're gonna leave today, but I just want to tell you, I'm gonna say myself, and I want you to say too. If there's somebody out there that's like contemplating on hurting yourself, please reach out to me. I'm sure you can reach out to her too. You don't never know what God got for you. A lot of the suicide rate is high. I didn't know it was this high. So, and a lot of it is to do with people that's been sexually abused or jobs or something. I don't know. But please reach out to me if you think about you want to hurt yourself. I don't care what time of morning it is. Reach out to me. Joe, take us out.
Absolutely, absolutely agree with you, sister. Reach out to me. Um, if you want to begin that journey, if you feel like what Toya was just saying about the suicide rate, just reach out because you do have somebody you can talk about, and it's always better with the help of somebody else.
It is. It is. But thank you guys so much. I'm going to let Miss Jolisa get back to her family. They are traveling, so we're gonna let her get back to her family. We want to everybody just say thank you for again, thank you for coming on and tell your husband thank him. Tell him thank you so much for letting me grab you for these 20 minutes.
You're welcome. He just gave you a round of applause. I don't know if you can hear the clapping.
Hey, and
Yeah, I heard
tell her I
it.
said when it comes to your kids, it's better safe than sorry. Go ahead and be a mother hen.
Oh, he said, did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
Say it again, babe.
I said, and yeah, when it comes to your kids, what you guys were talking about, it's better safe than sorry. So go ahead and be a mother hen.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I love you, Joe. I will see you next week. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Love you too. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks. Bye bye.